Another cardinal in the shade. Let's do Libra. Alright, bet. We'll do Libra. We'll do it. Alright, Libra. You guys are so nice. Okay. Messages for Libra. Mid-month messages for Libra. What are some messages that want to come out for Libra for the rest of April? This is for like week 3, week 4. Okay, I see these cards coming out. We got the Four of Swords in reverse, and then you got the Magician upright, and then the Knight of Wands. Let's see. So, Libra, I do see that you have been feeling very exhausted lately. You've been feeling very exhausted, but you're manifesting something here. Something you've been feeling stuck about, you're going to take action on it. And you're going to have this burst of energy and passion that's going to push you into this direction, which is like a new adventure for you. Tell me more. Like something that's been bothering you and keeping you up at night. Like you're about to make your move on that. And you're going to come in full energy. Interesting. Tell me more. You got the Emperor in reverse, Seven of Cups in reverse, the Justice card in reverse, the Fool in reverse. See this one sliding out, and then these are also coming out. Alright, let's read this. Alright. It's funny that I see this card come out for a Libra reading, because Libras love to shop. You guys like to window shop, especially online shopping. So there is definitely a need of having control of being tempted to doing things. Something has been tempting you lately, and you're trying to control your spending habits in a sense. Maybe you're even controlling how you come off in a situation that might be tempting you and distracting you. But you have the Justice and the Fool card in reverse. Something happened here. I don't know if there was a situation where there was an injustice or you were doing something irresponsibly, but you're trying to control yourself now and you're not trying to be distracted. Someone was dishonest here. I don't know if this is you or someone else. And the other person, whether this is you or the other person, there is a lot of naivety involved here. Somebody was reckless, and this is something that doesn't happen often. This is something that happened recently that doesn't happen often, and someone was lying about it. Either you were lying or the other person was lying, and they know that you're naive and they took advantage of it. But you're trying to control yourself and not fall into the temptation that's distracting you. With the Temperance card coming out, it's talking about like maintaining balance and being and having moderation for something. Yeah, like this is a Libra energy card. You've been very anxious though. I'm sensing like you've been having nightmares or feeling overwhelmed. Like you're having a hard time sleeping over this. And there's like delays happening. There's obstacles going on. I'm gonna pull out more. I'm sorry. I feel like this is very vague. Like you're trying to take control over some temptation that you've been distracted with. There's been some irresponsible actions here where dishonesty occurred against someone who was naive. It might have been a reckless decision, and there's some moderation that is being called into action here. But there are some delays that are causing you to like lose sleep over. Pull out more cards. I'm not reading chat right now, guys, by the way. I read the chat after the reading because I really want to focus and give the quality to the reading. Pulling a little bit more cards out for Libra right now. Okay. We got the Nine of Cups with that King of Cups in reverse. And then you have the Six of Pentacles followed by the Nine of Pentacles. This is involving money to some extent. Okay, so like... yeah, it seems like you want to be happy and you want to feel comfortable being happy. But there is something going on here involving some manipulation of some sort towards an obsession. I don't know if this is you or another person, but like it's impacting your happiness and comfort because there's this level of anxiety and obsession and manipulation taking place that is also impacting your ability to rest. Yeah. You're trying to have moderation here, and giving and receiving and being fair about that with that Six of Pentacles. But then, yeah, I think you're really giving to others, but you're also trying to give to yourself because you want to be happy too. And for you to be happy, there's a lot of self-care involved here. Maybe you want to go out there and have like a spa day of some sort. Something is distracting you, but like, it's when you're out there taking care of yourself, but you feel wrong for feeling that way. Is this emotional cheating? Is someone distracting you from your spouse, your partner? Did you get caught and you're hiding it? Oh man, this is interesting. Libra, what are you doing? Libra, what is this? Overall, though, I can say here is that you've been feeling exhausted and you want to act on it. And you're trying to release that energy to manifest something for yourself. There is a level of control you have towards temptations and distractions. I don't think you're completely honest, or someone is not honest to you because they know that you're naive and reckless. Something happened here. But like what's important here is maintaining that balance and moderation. There is a delay regarding something that is going to be causing you to feel very anxious and overwhelmed, or you're feeling very overwhelmed over a delay of something important that's going to make you really happy. But there is some manipulation involved here. I don't know if this is you and someone else, or like I'm getting two people here. I don't know what this is. And this could be a relationship, this could be family, this could be a friendship. But like, you're all about giving and receiving and being fair. But there's also a part of you that is going to indulge and do a self-care day. You want to you're gonna swim into your luxurious way to make yourself feel better about something. Let's check out hidden factors for you. What are some hidden factors for Libra? This one's sticking out. The sun. Some positivity. Okay. I do get a lot of warmth in your reading, for sure. Two of Pentacles. I mean, Two of Wands. King of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. What are some hidden factors for Libra? What are some hidden factors for Libra? What are some more hidden factors for Libra, please? Move this over here. Any more cards for Libra for hidden factors? Yes. Okay. Alright, let's read this. Okay, Libra. For your mid-month messages for April, we have the Sun card upright, the Two of Wands, followed by that King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Then the Empress in reverse, and then the Knight of Swords upright. And then you got the Three of Wands in reverse, followed by that Knight of Wands, and then the Judgment card, followed by that Page of Wands. So let's read this for you, alright? Alright, so you do have a lot of positivity coming in, a lot of good energy. You might feel happy near the end of the month. You're also going to be planning a lot of decision making. So this is a Deacon card. Maybe something you had planned last month is going to happen for the end of this month. Or you're going to probably like be discovering something that's going to make you really like happy and energetic. And you got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. This is interesting to me because these are like, they came out at the same time, but one's in reverse. So you will be having an abundance of finance later this month. And you're going to be feeling very secure. But at the same time, you might be like, people are going to see that you're financially like stable and secure. And it just seems like you might entice people who are jealous of that. They see that you're financially well and secure, but they're like hating on that. Hold on. Wait, am I lagging? What's up, Cindy? What's up, Missy? No, I haven't done Aquarius yet. Can you guys see and hear me? Okay. Hold on. Because it's acting weird on my laptop. The hell? What's going on? Why? But why? Hold on. Can see, but no. Okay. I don't know why I was doing that. Okay, is it working now? Because I can see it on my laptop. But I'm not sure if you can see and hear me now. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I think we're back on. Okay, so back to this. So Libra, I do think that you are going to be making a lot of abundance of finance at the end of the month, and others are going to see that, and then they're going to be I feel like there's some people that are going to be very jealous, and there might be some issues in the home place. Maybe some relatives around you, or maybe some friends around you are feeling the type of way. Then you got the Empress in reverse, and then the King of Swords. Wait, am I lagging again? Am I lagging? The heck? Why is it showing like that on my screen? Okay. Yeah, so there's people that are going to be jealous of your abundance. And with this card, it's showing me there's a lot of impatience as well. I think also you're not going to be very concentrated during this period, because I feel like there's a point where you're going to feel very dependent on others. Not financially, but like emotionally and mentally. There is a point here with this Nine of Swords where you're kind of like charging in. There's this expectation of you charging in on something. This could be at the workplace, or this could be with friends, or a conflict. But I do see that you have this like driven energy to you to keep succeeding. You're trying to go into that momentum of keep going up. But like there are people that are low-key hating on you, and you're just like, you know, like, can we not do that? Like this is not just about me. Like, I'm not like that. This is, and I feel like there's this energy, this little circumstances here where you don't want to be judged for it either, you know? Like, you're just like, come on, like I need you guys. Like, don't take it that way. And then we got this Three of Wands and then the Knight of Wands, which is very much a fiery type of combo here. I'm sensing there's a point where like you hit success, people are hating, you want to keep going in that momentum of doing good, but then there's this part of you that feels like you're hitting unexpected delays of some sort, and because of that, you know, you don't know what to do. You're kind of like, what do I do about this? But then there's someone here that comes in that really gives you a lot of energy and kind of like saves you with this Knight of Wands. Like when you're at your low point, there's someone here that comes in and gives you a lot of like passionate, fearless, impulsive energy that kind of helps you bring you back up. I don't know if this is a friend or like a significant other or even a family relative, but you're gonna go through some ups and downs, and you really need someone to like guide you. Like you're expected to be the knight, but you kind of need your knight, and your knight will come in to help you when you're at your lowest point. With that Judgment and upright, and then the Page of Wands in reverse, this is showing me that you're gonna go through like a new awakening of some sort, right? Now, I'm not sure if this is like a karmic like situation that's gonna occur where and I mean karmic like, you know, in terms of judgment. Like, are you gonna be getting good karma? Is other people gonna have bad karma? Like, I feel like this is a period where people are gonna be tested, and you know, like this is a very like interesting period near the end of April for you. But definitely like you're going to be entering a new phase soon, Libra, with all that's occurring here. And then that's why you're going to be feeling very confused and you have no sense of direction again. Like with this Page of Wands in reverse, it's like you're confused. And you don't want to cause problems. It's just like you just don't know what to do. Because a lot of things are happening here. And you don't want to be judged for it either. What's some advice? What's some advice for Libra? Ten of Pentacles. Like Libra's getting a lot of good fortune readings in terms of finance. But I feel like people around Libra is making Libra feel like shit. Because that's the thing, like Libra very much cares about the opinion of others. Ace of Cups in reverse. Nine of Pentacles. Move this over here. The World in reverse. Ten of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Ah, shit. I knew it. I was kind of like, I thought like it was like a karmic cycle, but the karmic cycle card didn't come out. But I was getting the vibes off the read. Alright, let me explain this real quick for the newcomers. When the Wheel of Fortune comes out in a reading, it's talking about karmic cycle, okay? So this could mean a few things. This could mean that this is an issue that you experienced in a past life that's coming up in your life, right? So like, it's part of your destiny, you could say. But there's also this thing with the karmic cycle of like the Wheel of Fortune that it talks about ups and downs on repeat. So it's just like regarding this situation or regarding like another person pertaining to the situation, like it was meant to happen, but it's gonna keep repeating itself until the lesson is learned and you're able to move on from the lesson, right? So like it can even pertain to lovers, like someone coming back in and out of your life. That's your Wheel of Fortune. That's your karmic lesson there. And so it's not necessarily in terms of karma of like good luck and bad luck. It's more so of like, you know, it's meant to happen. It's part of the universe's lesson to you, right? And it did came up here. So, and I was getting that vibe here. Like there's something karmic about this reading, but I didn't see the Wheel of Fortune, but it came out in your advice. So just letting you know, this is your advice. Like this is a lesson that you have to learn, and it's gonna keep repeating itself until that lesson has taught you something and you're able to walk away with it. So, but let me read this advice to you. And what I typically do here is I'm going to read all the cards that are upright. There is a description to help you understand the advice of the card more deeply. And then I'm going to do a second round of like overall interpretation with all the cards here. Okay? So all the cards that are upright, I'm going to read out loud. Starting with the Ten of Pentacles. So, for your advice, Libra, you worked hard for a long time, and through all the struggles and setbacks, you finally accomplished your goals. You've now reached a state contentment. This also means you are able to turn to your family. You are now able to give attention to them and provide for them, and do your part to ensure their bright future. So keywords here is establishment, wealth, and success. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is patient, methodical, and hardworking. Trustworthiness, reliable, and routine work are required for you now. The work may seem dull, but they will pay off eventually. You must see all your tasks through the end. I think Aries had this also. This sounds familiar. Then we got the Knight of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, sorry. After working hard for a long time, you're able to reap the benefits of your labor. Nine of Pentacles signifies that you've reached a time of indulgence, opulence, comfort, and self-sufficiency. Enjoy it because you deserve it. Comfort, luxury, and prosperity are keywords here. And then we have the Ten of Cups. Damn, you got Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups? That's really good. So, Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is the embodiment of happiness, joy, and harmonious family environment. It can also signify a deep, satisfying romantic relationship. Outside of interpersonal relationships, you're being true to yourself, having established a clear set of personal values and adjusting your life accordingly. So keywords here is happiness, harmony, and celebration. And then you got the Wheel of Fortune upright. So, life is full of ups and downs, and those forces are sometimes out of your control. Like a spinning wheel, things come and go in a cycle. Do not be complacent during good times, and during bad times, remember that things will eventually get better. Keywords here is life cycle, destiny, ups and downs. Okay? Now I'm going to do an overall reading interpretation for these cards, right? So, with the Ten of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles together, right? So, you are going to get an abundance of finance or an abundance of wealth, whatever your definition of wealth. It's going to come your way, Libra, at the end. And in terms of advice, it's saying you got to be practical with that abundance. You know, you need to stick to a routine where everything is moderate and balanced properly. And it's talking about with the Ace of Cups in reverse, followed by that Nine of Pentacles. There is a point where you have bottled up feelings and you're not really talking about some things, your thoughts and emotions about things. And you're kind of like cutting off opportunities for yourself in that case. But there's a point of view that like seeks comfort in luxury and self-care. So I do see like, you know, you're going to be going into like this space that makes you feel comfortable, where you indulge into things that make you feel good. You're probably gonna have like a spa day or a shopping spree day, and you're gonna feel more rejuvenated in that way instead of like talking about the issues. And I guess this is gonna help you feel better. I don't think talking about these things really help you, which is something I don't normally give as advice. Like me as an Aries, I'm biased in talking about your emotions, but like I also kind of get it. Like if you don't really feel that benefits you, and you want to like take time away and just do things that make you feel good, then by all means, right? And then you have the World card in reverse, followed by the Ten of Cups. So with the World card, it does, in reverse especially, it's showing me that like it's not completion. There's no completion here. You don't feel completed. You kind of feel incomplete. There's also this lack of vision, this lack of motion in place. Like there's something missing here, and it's bothering you. Like, with that Ten of Cups, yeah, like, you're happy, but there's still something missing, right? And I feel like this is low-key the thing that's bothering you that you're not saying out loud. Like, you should be happy, but you're not. And why? And it's like, it's hard to really say out loud what it is that's bothering you. And so you're just kind of like indulging into the other things that make you feel good temporarily and distracting you. With that Wheel of Fortune, it does talk about like this being an overall reoccurring issue and a lesson you have to learn. Now, the reason why I'm really urging this Wheel of Fortune is because it's gonna be a thing that you see often in a cycle. So like you are working hard, you make abundance of wealth, and then people getting jealous and they're not happy for you and they're not there for you. And you want them to be there for you, and it doesn't really like, people don't really show up for you like you show up for them. And this is something that truly does bother you and makes you feel really down. And it happens often, and it keeps happening over and over again, and you don't know why. That is your karmic lesson here. There's a lesson behind this that you have to eventually learn and stop the cycle from repeating itself. With that Empress at the end coming in reverse, it's telling me that at some point, and you're not gonna like this, there will be a lack of harmony. You might get into it with someone, and you don't like that. As a Libra, you want everything to be neutral and balanced. You don't want chaos. You even bottle up your own opinions and feelings just for the sake of peace. But I think the answer lies into you actually addressing it, and harmony breaks, but you're going to be very brutally honest. And I think there's the key to breaking this cycle, where you're just really brutally honest and you confront the thing that has been bothering you. So yeah, that's your reading, Libra. I hope that resonated with some of you guys, and just keep in mind this will happen in the last couple of weeks of April. So if it hasn't happened now, it's going to happen. So, you know, if you want, I'll try to get this edited right away and uploaded. But yeah, that's your reading. I hope that resonates and helps you moving forward, Libra. These are mid-month messages for Gemini happening in April from week 3, week 4. I have to always put that as clarification, because a lot of you guys are watching this and thinking currently like maybe this is applying to you now, but this is meant to apply to you later down the line. Hello, Bo. You're a Gemini? Alright. Alright, Gemini. What are some messages for Gemini? What are some messages for Gemini for the rest of April. Get the King of Cups. Someone is obsessed. There's a bunch of cards that want to show themselves. Death card. Alright, Gemini. It seems like you're going to be going through this period of like stagnation where like not much is happening with you. But during this period of like stagnation, you're going to be obsessing over like the past. And I think like whatever like happened with you that involves like maybe like a past lover or like even like or family or something is definitely like impacting you to an extent where it's still like coming in to this period of you like not really doing much but like or not much changing with that and you obsessing or over it. It could also mean you're being manipulated to an extent to not do anything, to remain the same. I'm getting those type of like messages for these two cards. Let's pull more cards though. Tell me more. Tell me more for Gemini. It's like when you're bored and you can't help but think about the same thing over and over. But then there's also this thing where like someone is manipulating you so that nothing changes with you. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Okay, let's read this. Alright. You got the Strength card and then the Ten of Cups with the Page of Pentacles and the Judgment card. And then you have like the Three of Swords and then the Lovers card. Okay, so take what resonates, but don't force the message. But I do see here that you're gonna have the courage to doing something, moving forward with something. This could be like a love reading, honestly. I see you having courage to making steps into doing something that will bring you a lot of happiness. It seems like you want to belong somewhere, like you want to have a sense of belonging, whether it's with family or with a significant other. Like you have compassion, you're gonna have that courage and moving forward towards that direction. And everything works out to some extent, right? But I see here with the Page of Pentacles and the Judgment card, there's definitely going to be some employment. I think something in terms of employment, there is an opportunity that might happen. Whether you come up with an idea or you get like something sparks you with a project, like something happens where you definitely take action to an opportunity in the workspace. I think Gemini, like you are very much of a team worker. You work very hard at your job. No doubt about that. Maintain that. Keep doing that. Because I think there is going to be someone testing you. Right? I don't know if it's a co-worker or like a supervisor or somebody. But I do see you're going to be tested. But it's an opportunity for you to move up. Because the Judgment card says a lot. Like, but it's in secrecy. Like, and you might catch onto it soon. Because I see like someone who is looking at you. Like for me, like I see like this angel looking and blowing their horn at the people below them. I think this is involving like someone is watching you and might be doing something behind the scenes that is actually an opportunity for you to demonstrate yourself. So keep maintaining this teamwork effort that you have in the workplace, because it's going to pay off. I do see something here for you in terms of romance, though. You have the Three of Swords in reverse, and then the Lover's cards in reverse. So, I think there's a part of you that's going to be releasing something that has been tugging at your heartstrings for a while. And that could be the thing that you've been obsessing about. Like, you haven't really made much movement. Maybe you broke up with somebody, and it's something that you haven't really gotten over yet. But I see here that, like, you are letting go of something, and you are, like, forgiving a situation, whether it's yourself or the other person. Because there was definitely some conflict that took place. I don't know if somebody cheated on you, because I do see some temptation involved here. Like, maybe you had heartbreak, maybe there was a third person involved, and somebody cheated on you with someone else, but I think you're letting go of that, and it's a thing in the past. And there was, like, some, like, disloyalty here. So I see, like, different aspects here. Like, I see, like, some work energy, I see some love energy, and then I see something involving your overall happiness. This could also be, like, talking about family. Like, I think that's also, like, something that you've been obsessing about, too. It's like, you want to be happy. I mean, who doesn't? But, like, I think there's something within yourself that's stopping you from achieving that happiness, and, like, you're taking that time to really think things through and having the courage and strength in obtaining that. Let's go over some hidden factors. What's some hidden factors for you, Gemini? What is some hidden factors for Gemini for the rest of the month? We have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles upright. Some cards were showing themselves. Five of Swords, High Priestess, Temperance, Two of Wands, King of Wands. Interesting. Okay, let's read this. If there's more that needs to be pulled, I will pull it. So, Gemini, in terms of hidden factors, things that you're not aware of that will happen to you, we do have the Three of Cups followed by the Ace of Pentacles, but the Three of Cups are in reverse. So, I think this is talking about an opportunity where there's going to be a lot of people gathering together, and they might be overindulging, whether they're eating a lot or they're drinking a lot. I see people are going to be gossiping together in this type of space. Unfortunately, though, you do not want to be a part of that. You might be pulling yourself away from that and isolating yourself from those kind of environments. And there is going to be an opportunity for you when you don't go with the crowd. It's like, for me, I can also see it as this, like, a sheep effect. Like, a lot of people like to stick together and do the same thing together because they think it lands them opportunities, right? Especially in the workplace. But, like, I think with you, you're not really going to be doing that. You're going to be, like, kind of like pulling yourself away. If you're the type of person that is in a work environment that has people going out for drinks after work, you might tag along, but you won't necessarily, like, overindulge with these people. You're gonna, like, be more responsible. You might actually pull away from them, or you might actually leave. And I see that that's the right move for you, because, like, there are some opportunities for you, and I think that's what makes you different from the other people around you. It shows that you're responsible, and you are being watched because of that. Like, that's another thing. Maybe that's part of the test, is seeing how much you would go with the flow of others versus, like, not doing that and being your own person. And that is what makes you a candidate for, like, success. I know this is very specific, but that's what I'm getting here. Like, you have an opportunity that'll come your way because you're not like the other people who are going out, right? And then, like, here I see the Five of Swords and the High Priestess, but right? But the High Priestess is in reverse. So the Five of Swords talks about like conflict. There is some people that you might have conflict with, and they're being sneaky about it. And you do have here the High Priestess is actually in reverse. So this is talking about hidden secrets. Be careful. There's someone here that is being sneaky, and they have a hidden agenda. I think this person might actually be going around with people and talking about you in a very poor manner, and they're incriminating themselves. And this person, I think you might know who this person is. They don't really seem like they have like any type of intuition. They're very impulsive, but like they're shady, they're sus, and they're definitely trying to sneak around behind your back to do some like sabotage. Be careful of that. Yeah, there's a lot of like cards coming out talking about overindulgence. Because here the Temperance is also in reverse next to that Two of Wands. So I do see here, this person might be like an alcoholic of some sort, or they might be on some shit and they're overindulging in that. And they don't really like think things through. They're very impulsive, and they're kind of like they already give negative energy, but then they're also like involved with a lot of like overindulgence or intoxication of some sort. And because of that, they have a very much like strong sense of like being like impulsive, but also going to the extreme. I think there's a part of you here too that you have your own personal goals, but you're also kind of afraid of the unknown. Because you've been around someone who is like this. Someone who is trying to sabotage you, someone who's always sneaky, someone who is addicted and overindulging in things. And for them, they're very much envious of you, right? And they're jealous of the fact that you have good opportunities and they don't. And that's what sets you separate. But then I get this feeling that you're kind of used to this type of background, right? And there's a part of you that is trying to play it safe, but like also like you're scared of trying new things and the opportunities that might come with that, because you're so used to this chaos that you're like afraid of the unknown. And then you have the King of Wands coming in with that Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I think like this is talking about like a sense of how you grew up too. You didn't really grow up with a lot of finances. You struggled growing up, and you're scared of going back into that type of like environment. But because you went through so much struggle, you've gotten a lot of wisdom from that experience and being around this type of like environment, that you're just like a natural leader. You can look at things with the big picture in mind, and that helps you overcome a lot of challenges and succeeding, and that's why you have more opportunities. So it's like I do like want to let you know, Gemini, like whether this resonates with you or not, or with others who have experienced this, like what doesn't break you makes you. And like because of those experiences, you remember where you came from, and you remember what it was like, that you can look at things with the big picture and like what you want in the future. You're very much visional about how you want to do things, and I think that's a very impressive quality, and shows a lot of leadership with that King of Wands, with the Devil coming in and that King of Pentacles. So you want to avoid any type of self-destruction habits, okay? Whether it's involving like obsession with certain unhealthy relationships, whether it's with like addiction, whether it's with any type of like sexual temptation, like any type of destructive behavior that might tempt you and lead you astray, be careful of that, okay? I do sense here like there's also a level of like obsession here, maybe an obsession with like a bad habit that might interfere with you later down the line. But If you're able to manage that and avoid such circumstances, you will be successful with that King of Pentacles. You're going to be offered much more abundance and wealth and leadership. These are actually really good cards to come out in a reading. And I think what's important here is resilience against things that could like harm your reputation and lead you astray from what's really important, which is the big picture. Because this is you right now, looking ahead. But then this could be you, where you can gain the wealth that you were looking at. This is what you want to be. You want to be endgame. I'm going to read the chat after the reading, guys. So just stay tuned, okay? I want to really concentrate on this reading. What are some advice for Gemini? What are some advice for Gemini? We have the Justice in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. Temperance in reverse. The Hangman in reverse. Eight of Swords. Oh no, it's going under. Gemini. Where's some advice for Gemini, please? Four of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. And send Six of Wands. Okay. Alright, so let me explain my reaction. For those who don't already know, whenever the Wheel of Fortune comes out in a reading, it's talking about destiny to some extent, right? Wheel of Fortune has many symbolism in a reading, but in terms of like situational things, this is some type of karmic wheel, you could say. There's a lot of ups and downs that happen, but it's a repetitive cycle. Now, this could underline like you having unfinished business from a past life or in a current life. Maybe you dealt with this in the past life if you believe in reincarnation and it's happening again. This is also talking about like definitely a message from the universe that you have to learn from, and it will keep repeating itself and repeating itself in this lifetime until you learn the lesson and let go of it. You grab the wisdom and you let go of it. So just want to let you know that the Wheel of Fortune came out. I feel like this is something that happens often with you in different aspects of your life. And it might keep happening until like a lesson is learned and you're able to extract the wisdom and do what you need to do for yourself for this to stop happening. So I do see that here. What I'm going to do for you, and this is something I always do, is when it comes to the advice spread, it's all words, but I want to read the cards that are upright because they are more detailed, and maybe that will help you understand and give you more wisdom moving forward. So we're going to start with that, and then afterwards I'm going to read all the cards together to interpret the advice. So we have the Four of Pentacles here, right? The Four of Pentacles. You've been working hard and as a result have gained quite a bit of wealth because of it. However, you may have become greedy and too focused on material riches to the point where you're afraid to take risks both financially and emotionally. Some key words here is material possessions, greed, and frugality. And then you have the Six of Wands here, right? Now the Six of Wands, after a tough battle, you have come out on top and you are publicly being recognized for it. This is a great motivation booster for you to keep continuing with what you are doing. However, remember not to let it get to your head and turn into arrogance. Some keywords here is triumph, public recognition, and success, okay? So let's start. We have Justice in reverse and then the Page of Swords. So in terms of your advice, Gemini, when it comes to dealing with dishonesty and lack of accountability, you definitely want to make haste to handling those type of issues. Excuse me, I do see here that this is involving someone that might have lied to you Maybe they made a lot of promises that they couldn't keep, and they don't take accountability for any of that. They're very dishonest. Like, if this is resonating to you, this is the advice regarding that particular person. What is important here is recognizing when you need to let go of that person and separate from that person. With that Temperance card in reverse, it's telling me that this is someone that doesn't have the same interest as you. You guys have conflicting interests. And that's what separates you, where you guys can't really like get along. With the Hangman in reverse also, it's talking about, you know, being at a crossroads with this person, right? And I think it's just like, generally speaking, if like you're around anyone that is like that, you will come to an impasse where like you guys will not get along, even if you try, and you kind of need to like separate. But there is no decision yet being made regarding that, on that just yet. But it's telling me like, because you guys are so different, like you guys are not going to get along, and it's going to have a disunion. You guys are separating. And you're just at a crossroads right now with them, right? But with the Eight of Swords coming in reverse, and then the Four of Pentacles, like, there's a lot of self-reflection here that you're making, and you're open to change if it's really necessary. However, you notice there's this thing with this person that's regarding to finances and being greedy. It's like there's a lot of material possessiveness that's taking place here. And it's just like, if they're not willing to let go of that and self-reflect on themselves, then you definitely should cut off from that person. And with the Wheel of Fortune reverse, it does talk about like bad luck and it increasing. You kind of want to reverse that. So if this person is obsessed with materials, possessions, money, and such, and they're not willing to change, they're not willing to be open about it and be accountable, and there's like all these conflicting things, then you kind of have to cut the cord on that. And I think like until you make that move to cut that cord, it's gonna keep repeating itself. Okay, this issue is gonna keep happening over and over, because the Wheel of Fortune is present here. It's gonna keep happening. This is the bad of the cycle that will never change. And so, but it's full with that Six of Wands, right? And with that Six of Wands, it does tell me that you are gonna be very successful, and you're gonna triumph on that. So I think that like it's safe to say, you know what you need to do in regards to this situation, and once you cut off and let go, you're definitely gonna feel it deep to your core how much you've triumphed over this issue. And yeah, that was your reading, Gemini. I hope that resonated with you and helps you. Okay, let me read the chat. You guys are writing a lot. Here. Wise men say only fools can rush. Alright. Just getting all this ready for Aquarius reading. Okay, Aquarius. What are some mid-month messages for Aquarius of April 2026? Oh. Three of Swords. Page of Wands. Okay. Alright, Aquarius. I see you feel very down and distracted about a certain situation that led to a heartbreak. It seems like you're discouraged from coming forward and asking for forgiveness over a situation. You've been very self-reflective and want to ask for forgiveness, but you feel discouraged in doing so. Nice. Okay, let's read this. And then if I need to pull more cards, I'll pull more cards. We have the Emperor in reverse, the Star in reverse, which is an Aries and Aquarius card. And then you got the Fool coming out upright with the Sun. And then followed by the Four of Swords and the King of Swords in reverse. Alright, it seems like with these two cards in reverse, there's a lot of doubt and disappointment and despair that had taken place involving a past situation where there was a lot of chaos. You felt like there was a lot of domination upon, like, you were feeling dominated by a situation where there was a lot of chaos, and you feel a lot of despair and disappointment from it. You're hoping for, with the Fool card and the Sun card, you're hoping for a more positive beginning. And with that Sun card following, it's showing that, like, you are hoping for success and happiness. It's funny because both of them are, like, kind of like raising their arms outward. It's like, you want more openness to this from both people. But deep down, with that Four of Swords and then that King of Swords, you're withdrawn because you're still reflecting on things. You know that can't be the case here. You hope that it would be. You wish to start over and things to be happy again. There were much, like, you hope that works out. But when you're, like, withdrawn and you really self-reflect on things, you know, like, there was a lot of manipulation involved. It was a little, like, intense with that King of Swords in reverse. It was ruthless. It was severe. It's like, wow, can we... It's kind of like wishing for the impossible. But it's like, it's something that's been on your mind lately. I'm debating if I want to pull out more cards, if I want to put out hidden factors. Nah, I'm gonna just pull out hidden factors. Fuck that. Oh, okay. Shit. You have the Seven of Pentacles and then the King of Cups coming out, followed by that Five of Pentacles in reverse and that King of Wands in reverse. And then the Three of Cups coming up. What are some hidden factors? Oops. What are some hidden factors for Aquarius? Alright, let's read this. So we got the Seven of Pentacles and that King of Cups. Mind you, these are hidden factors for week 3, week 4 of April that you're not aware of. So, Aquarius, it seems like there was a lot of hard work here, and you're hoping for... You were hoping to reap the benefits of your investment here. I think that's still a thing for you. Or the other person was hoping to see, seeing some perseverance. I don't know if I'm saying that right. From like all the hard work that was put in here. Someone here. Think it how it resonates. It could be you, it could be the other person. But these are hidden factors, so maybe this is the other person. Because when we have the King of Cups coming next to that, which does show some Aquarius energy here, there is somebody here that comes off very emotionally balanced, very diplomatic, has a lot of self-control, it seems, on the outside. Someone who's very compassionate. It seems like either you or this other person was hoping to see where this goes, and this is describing the other person, how you see them, whoever that defines or resonates or comes to mind. But it seems like that a lot of things took place. I do sense here that you're trying to recover from financial loss. There is a recovery of financial loss taking place right now. You're trying to improve that. But there's times where impulsiveness comes into play and it disrupts that effort. It shows that there's a lot of like high expectations here that you have that can be very quite ruthless. And it's not gonna help you with your financial issues. It's actually gonna make things worse. We do have that Three of Cups coming out upright. That shows that you like might be around people that are like friends that you guys are coming together to celebrate together. It might help you feel a little bit more happy in the moment because you're like kind of like distracted with all these issues. Like there's like trying to recover from financial loss. Like you're being very impulsive and reckless and you can't help it. And it seems like there's a situation occurred with someone in the past that never really got to see the end game results of it. And this is like pulling you down, but like I do sense here like you will come across like friends and go out for like maybe some drinks. Maybe you guys will come together and celebrate being together, and that gives you a temporary sense of happiness. And then it says here the Eight of Wands upright and then the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I think here I'm getting the feeling with this Eight of Wands upright, there's definitely some rapid movement. Like there's this manifesting an opportunity to come forward towards somebody who might be representing the Queen of Wands in reverse. And like keywords regarding like the Queen of Wands, like this is someone with a fire energy. So it seems like this person comes off with a lot of self-respect, a lot of like self-confidence, might even come off as introverted. I think there's like this like undeniable like overwhelming feeling of wanting to charge towards this person and trying to come to them. This is someone that you feel really complete with that World card and that Six of Cups. It's like this is somebody that makes you feel complete. You feel very fulfilled and you feel like you're like complete with this person. And I think that's why you're kind of charging towards that person. This is someone that feels very familiar to you. You've been reminiscing a lot of happy memories with them. And there's a lot that you guys have in common. Even like with past things. Maybe there's like past childhood interests that you guys have in common. Then you have the Page of Pentacles here. I feel like this is incomplete. Let me pull out another card. It's like you want to manifest an opportunity here, but then there's different types of priorities coming into play here, and there's like you're not sure on how to prioritize this opportunity. You're trying to balance things just right. Maybe like you have some obligations regarding your schedule that you're trying to manifest an opportunity to like come forward to this person, but there's some priorities that you have to take care of beforehand. Some work, some like inner work that you need to do to get that to happen. Let's pull up some advice for Aquarius. Okay. High Priestess in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, Six of Swords upright. The Sun in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, Two of Swords. Six of Wands in reverse. Oh. Death card. Hierophant. King of Wands. Knight of Wands. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to read all the cards that are upright with their little descriptions so that in terms of advice, you can see if this resonates with you. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to come back to all the cards and try to interpret the overall message for your advice here, Aquarius. So just stay tuned and see what the messages are. So the first card that comes out in your reading for advice that is upright is this Two of Swords. Oh, no, actually it's the Six of Swords. Then it's the Two of Swords. So, Six of Swords, a somber card about picking up the pieces and moving on. A regretful but necessary transition, but one that will benefit you in the long run. So moving on, transition, and recovery. And then the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about being stuck with difficult decision and being afraid to proceed. However, lack of action may make the situation worse. A decision must be made, but only once you have all the needed information. So indecision, need for balance, and stalemate. And then you have the Hierophant, which is kind of like a loyalty card. The Hierophant card represents an established set of spiritual values, beliefs, and is often correlated with religion and other formal doctrines. Before you can discover your own belief systems and make your own choices, the Hierophant encourages you to learn from fundamental principles from a trusted source. So keywords here is religion, conformity, and tradition, right? But like this, you see how the paragraphs kind of like help you understand more in context. Then you have the King of Wands, a natural born leader, a visionary who can change the world. The King of Wands is focused on his goals and goes about his life with ambition and intent. Be assertive, grab life by the horns, and take control. Some key words here is action, leadership, vision, and charisma. That's all the upright cards. Oh, I'm lagging. Am I still lagging? How about now? Not anymore? Nope. Okay. Yeah, so what was the last thing you guys heard, just in case? Did I read Hierophant or King of Wands to you guys before I lagged? If not, I could just proceed on the King of Wands. Okay, I'll reread King of Wands. So the King of Wands, a natural born leader and a visionary who can change the world. The King of Wands is focused on his goals and goes about his life with ambition and intent. Be assertive, grab life by the horns, and take control. Some keywords here is action, leadership, vision, and charisma. Okay, so I'm going to read these cards all together now for your advice, Aquarius. So you start off with the High Priestess in reverse along with the Queen of Wands in reverse, right? So this is talking about... High Priestess says that you're not really like in reverse position. You're not really following your intuition, which is something which can be very off-putting and impulsive. But it's also talking about like passion and your morals. So it's like in terms of advice, it's like you have to like follow your passion and your moral sense, okay? Be careful of being petty and being selfish and reacting on anger with that Queen of Wands in reverse. You don't want to agitate a situation where you are the one who is going to be coming in with a lot of petty and angry energy, or might like influence the other person in doing that. being angry and petty. Like there's a sensitivity line that you must be very considerate here and follow your passion and your morals into not doing that, right? And then you got the Six of Swords and then the Sun, right? So it's talking about moving on, but then with that Sun in reverse, there's still a lot of like lingering worry and temporary sadness that you have regarding the situation. And I think that's why you're not completely moving on yet. Like you still feel this tugging at your heart that you feel very sad and worried, and like, you know, like it's like kind of hard to let go of that. You know, if you're worried about someone or you feel sad, it's very hard to let go of that. But like, this is what the cards are telling you to do. And then with the Six of Cups and the Two of Swords, right, following together, it's also talking about like resisting some change and being stuck in the past, and needing a balance, right? There's a lot of indecision here that's taking place, and it's like, you know, I feel like from what this reading is telling me is that you're having a hard time letting go of the past. You feel sad of how things went, and, you know, like, you're stuck. And even though there's opportunities for you to change and move forward, you're not really necessarily going for that. Now it's like a choice. Like, you know, you have these opportunities to move forward, but you're not. You're still holding on to the past. And it's like the cards are saying you have to let go. And then with that Six of Wands and then the Death card in reverse, it talks about like a lot of egotism taking place, but also now like a lot of self-doubt. I feel like you've been doubting yourself a lot in all of this. Like you're probably lost in the sauce of your egotism. And then here comes the Death card in reverse. Again, it's showing there's a lot of resistance to change. You also might be losing sleep over this. Like you're not really getting a lot of sleep. You've been very, very like lethargic, which is another keyword of saying like not very energetic, maybe even lazy. And like these are stemming onto some like level of depression, you could say, connected to all that has happened. With that Hierophant, right? And then the King of Wands. It's like there's definitely a lot of loyalty into this situation that's happening here. And it's just like you're being called to take action and be a leader. You know, like with the King of Wands, that is a fire energy type of card. Like you have to like pull your passion in and act on it and keep going forward. You have to be a leader, okay? Like you gotta lead. You means that you gotta be the one to make the moves and make those changes. If not, things will not change. You're gonna be stuck. And then you got the Knight of Wands coming at the end. It's talking about like a lot of anger and frustration, being really restless, and that might be making you move. And that's something that like you gotta be careful about. It's just like, you know, fire signs do get angry right away and they act on it, and that's something that's very hard for us. But like I feel like there's a lot of fire energy influence in this reading, where like you're being called to pull out the positives of that sign and try to act on it in that sense. But there's also like this part of you that doesn't want to let go, and you get angry, and then like it's affecting your sleeping habits and you're just frustrated. You don't know what to do. But like overall, what I'm getting here is like you gotta let go, and you gotta go back into yourself and your passion, and you know, create things and take leadership, take life by the horns and go with it. And it's just like, you know, there are opportunities showing itself to you to move on, but like it shows me that in multiple cards, you're not really necessarily letting go. You're choosing to resist, and you're choosing to stay in the past, and you're losing sleep over it because you are doubting yourself, and you have a lot of like sadness, and you worry about a lot of things. It's like this is something that you're deliberately choosing to do. So it's like, do you want to like approach this person and ask for forgiveness, because it doesn't seem like you're confident that that's going to work out. And it's like, if you're not going to do that, then you might as well just move on. And if you don't want to move on, then you have to do this other choice and face the person that you want to talk to, like that's coming up in here. So like it's honestly very conflicting. It's very risky. I could see why it stresses you out, but either way, you have to do something. You can't stay stuck. You know, this is not good for your health. So I wish you all the luck, Aquarius, if this resonates with you, and I hope this helps you. Yeah, I'm tired, guys. I'm not gonna continue. I'm gonna stop here.